Living your best Delmarva life. Well, Valentine's Day will be here before you know it. How do you pick out the perfect card? Well, why don't you put a special twist on this year's card by making it yourself? Joining us today to show us how to do that is Betty Spear, owner of Designs by Betty. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Now, you have been making handmade cards for quite some time. About 15 years? About
15 years. It's been steadily evolving. It's one of those crafts that just keeps changing. There's always something new out there.
Right.
And as you can see from the different things out there, you can make cards, you can make boxes, you can make Christmas ornaments.
Wow.
It's just a wonderful hobby. Very relaxing, a lot of fun.
Now for these crafts of the cards and the ornaments, you use the same techniques, and that's stamping and embossing, and that's what you're going to show me how to do here?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to make a card. First of all, let's take a look at the finished product.
We're going to do a very basic Valentine's Day card.
Okay.
Embossing is what raises your image, as opposed to when you see something flat, like when you stamp when your bills have been received. So this is going to give it a nice shiny look. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to ink up. This is a special pad that has an adhesive in it, and it's going to bind to the stamp pad. So I'm stamping it up.
You're stamping it up, and that's a nice pretty gold.
It's a nice gold metallic look. I'm going to have to put my glasses on to see the rest.
And then I put this on here.
Right, you want to center it as best you can underneath the circle.
All right, this is my first time, so.
It's fine. And then you press down without rocking.
Evenly. Okay.
And then just lift it straight up.
Oh, it's all there.
And you can see there isn't much to see right at the moment. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take some, it's called ultra fine embossing powder, and we're going to pour it.
Kind of like glitter.
Yeah, except if you do this with glitter, it will fly all over. So this is like a finely ground plastic, and you can see that's before we've done anything. And now if you take a heat gun, which is a lot hotter than a hair dryer, and you're gently going to go over the area, a little bit at a time, all of a sudden, can you see it popping?
Yeah, let's turn this around so they can see. You can see it's getting, I guess.
It's raising and the powder is melting.
Yeah.
And that is basic embossing.
Wow, that is very beautiful. And you were telling me that, and I had you do this because that gets hot.
This gets hot, a lot hotter than a hairdryer does, so you really want to be careful with it. And you can tell that it's embossed because everything is raised now. There's no flatness to it.
All right, our next step.
And your next step, which we'll have you do totally, is you're going to, it's just a simple heart stamp.
Another stamp. And you buy these stamps at like craft stores?
Yes, you can buy them at the local craft stores or their specialized shops, their stamp conventions.
Yeah, they have one in Ocean City.
Yes, in Ocean City they have one.
And I want to put it up, so it's going to actually appear through that little circle, right?
Yes, so you're going to press down, press evenly with your fingers, and lift straight up.
And lift straight up.
And there you go. Now you're going to pour your powder over it.
Okay.
You just leave that in there, and you use it from there.
All right. Here, I'm going to turn it this way so everyone can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so I'm taking the powder and I'm
just pour generously because it's going to go in that tray.
Okay, and then
now you want to
tap
a little harder than that. We're going to do it just a little bit more. That gets off all the little extras.
Put some muscle into it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then we're going to emboss.
You're going to emboss it.
I am. Okay, I'm going to do it this way so everyone can see how it pops. I'm doing it right?
So stay in one area, watch it start to come, and then move it around, and you should be able to see it.
It's getting shinier.
Yes, and it's raising.
And raising. That is nice. All right.
And then you just turn it off. Otherwise, you will smell your paper burning, and you will see the design go flat.
All right. Now we are going to we're done with this, correct?
Yes, we're done with the mat. And now,
the mouse pad, actually.
To save time, what I did was I just cut the heart out from that, just a little simple heart, and using gel pens, just green and red, I took selected areas and I just colored the heart, so you can color in a little bit. It's just a very simple.
And this is where you do have to stay in the lines.
Now, when you emboss something, the nice thing about it is it acts as a resist, so you actually have an edge. I don't know if you can feel it with that pen or not.
I can.
But it helps you to stay in the lines. And the other thing is it rinses off with water, so you're not going to get dye ink on anything.
Okay. This is turning out very nice.
Yeah, just a little coloring, and the nice thing about this tray is all your powder is going to go back in the jar, so you're not going to have a mess all over the place.
All right, now that would take me a while to get that all colored in. You have one that's already
So this one has already been colored, and it's cut out. And what you are going to do is, this is just a simple glue runner. It means that it takes a cartridge that has adhesive that's sticky on two sides, and you just run it down.
All right.
So you're going to run that down on the corners and across your burgundy front.
Oh, I like that. That's very nice.
There's wonderful tools out there that make stamping very fast and very easy.
And you know what's interesting is I haven't gotten yet anything on me. I mean, you know, when you're working with glue, you end up with glue. I assume we're going to put this on here.
Now you're going to center that on the front of your card.
Okay. Watch, I'm going to get something all over me.
No.
Okay.
And it's not about perfection, so if it's a little high or a little low, remember that it's handmade.
It's handmade, and it gives it character.
Part of it. And then these are just little simple pieces of foam that have adhesive on two sides. And you're just going to stick them on a few areas on the heart.
Oh, on the heart, okay. Just so it'll stick to the card.
Right, and there's wax on them, so you're going to peel the backing off, which is the wax.
Oops, okay. I'm going to peel the backing, which is always easier said than done. All right. Well, in the meantime, we want to tell you that if you would like to find out more about this wonderful card making, see, I'm having a hard time. You can go to delmarvalife.com. You can email or give Betty a call, and she'll help you out. She'll give you some tips. Plus, let me show you what it looks like when it's finished. This is hers and this is mine. What do you think? You can't tell the difference, can you? Which one's which? It is that easy. Thank you so much, Betty. That is really neat.
And if you want to personalize it just a touch more, you can just take your hand stamped by.
All right.
This is not embossed. This is just ink.
And
press it down.
Hand stamp by, and then I write my name on it in gold.
Sign your name, and you've made your first hand stamp card.
Sounds great. Well, up next on Delmarva Life, we check in on Brian at the Beach Blanket Blood Drive. Brian?
Hey Lisa, I already gave the blood. I got my battle scar here, and I'm getting treated like royalty. Got food, t-shirt, and everything. It pays to give blood in more ways than one, and I also have a new friend. I'll introduce you to her when we come back. You're watching Delmarva Life. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.